I'm here at quarters 10 on Angel Island. It used to be junior officers housing. You can't see it very well, but there's actually a lot of beautiful lights. There's something kind of special about being around historic buildings at night. There's not a lot of tourists around, and there's something very quiet and peaceful about it, I think. So I'm gonna go back inside. I'm in the parlor right now. This is set up as 1880s, which is about when this house was brought over from Yerba Buena Island, where it was built. There'll be about 2 to 4 officers' families in here, so it got pretty crowded. It's the next morning and it's really windy, but here's the house by daylight. I'm here on the officers' row with the other officers' quarters, actually the higher ranked ones, as you get down towards the water. The Commandant house unfortunately hasn't really survived. These are sort of falling down as well. It's really funny about here because I was going behind one of them, kind of looking around one time, and some visitors came by and I walked out and they screamed so loud. That was a ghost! Yeah. So, you know, if you're doing an impression, a history impression, and you walk suddenly out from behind a historic house that's all boarded up, you know, be slow, be careful, because it shouldn't be funny, but it is. I really like this part of the island. It's Camp Reynolds. Built here in the 1860s and used almost continuously, although around 1911 they started work on the other fort that I hope to show you some other time. And this kind of, well, it wasn't the main post anymore, but they still needed extra space because they were soon overcrowded by World War I. Behind me is where the barracks used to be and the parade ground. Right now it's pretty much a field, but you can imagine a ton of people out here. It's hard, but just think about it. And kids running around everywhere. It would have been teeming with life. And I'm so glad that they still have a few of the buildings available to do that, because it's always good to have hooks into the imagination, and just having foundations. For me, it's really hard to imagine what it was like, because it's like, oh, it's a slab of concrete. Yay. But here they actually have the houses, although they're not obviously in peak condition, but they're here, and that's exciting. So I just got locked out. I think it's because it's early and not many people think about going outside because it's cold and, you know, windy. So I'm gonna try and find another entrance. Yeah, so I found another way in.